The Wisconsin teen accused of killing his parents to obtain financial means to assassinate President Trump and overthrow the United States government was allegedly working with foreign entities, including someone with a Ukrainian phone number and someone in Russia, according to an FBI affidavit. He also asked his contact who would be blamed for the attack and was told Russia will be blamed for it. This is the goal. Nikita Casap, of 17, of Wisconsin, allegedly sent a series of direct messages to an individual with a Ukrainian phone number who writes in Cyrillic. How is he exchanging text messages with somebody who was writing to him in Cyrillic? Do these text messaging apps have like auto-translate functions now? And also, isn't that expensive? I mean, I guess if he's using like Snapchat or WhatsApp or some shit, like it wouldn't, but like, if it's phone number text message, wouldn't that cost money? Google Translate works really well nowadays. Interesting. I don't text people in different languages. I demand you speak English when you message me. Facebook Messenger has Translate built in. Oh, okay. Interesting. Discussing going into hiding before relocating to Ukraine after carrying out the plot. It's unclear if the individual he messaged is Ukrainian. Additionally, Casap sent messages to 2 other individuals, one of whom wrote in Cyrillic about purchasing weapons intended to kill President Trump, as well as his extensive travel plans. He also told a classmate he was in touch with a man in Russia. All right, so like, don't plan assassinations. Hot take, planning assassinations bad. But if that is something that you're in the middle of doing, why would you leave a trail of easily traceable messages where anyone and everyone can see what you were trying to do? Right? Like, maybe I'm just too Italian, but I feel like if you're going to commit crime, the only time you want to talk about said crime is in person and after you make sure people aren't wearing a wire, right? Like, am I just too Italian for current year crime? He was in touch with other parties about his plan to kill the president and overthrow the government of the United States, and he paid for, at least in part, a drone and explosives to be used as a weapon of mass destruction to commit an attack, the FBI affidavit states. The information contains directions on how to extend the range of an attack drone by using repeater drones and ways to avoid detection, such as making a drone from a kit rather than a commercial off-the-shelf brand. The instructions provide direction to use a small dropper to drop an explosive Molotov cocktail or a very strong topical poison. Additionally, to avoid detection, the instructions advise to not bring a cell phone. In a Telegram chat from January 21st, 2025, it was revealed that the goal of the operation was to blame Russia for the assassination. Like, why would you do this? Born after the Patriot Act, despair. Too young to know about the Patriot Act. Too young to know about the Patriot Act, but not too old to commit acts of terrorism. He is the app whose name you can't mention in chat. Oh, Telegram. Yeah, that makes sense where there might be an auto-translate function in there. I do not trust people who have Telegram, dude. That's a red-ass flag. Also, his @ name is @accelerationist. First of all, how did he get that @? Oh, God. What country do you think will get the blame for this? And then some unknown person said Russia will be blamed for it. This is the goal. According to the affidavit, Casap also released a manifesto titled Accelerate the Collapse, in which he stated his intention to assassinate President Trump in order to foment a political revolution in the United States and save the white race from Jewish-controlled politicians. The third page of the manifesto contained an image of Adolf Hitler with the caption, "Heil Hitler! Hail the white race! Hail victory!" Yes, I will get all of the white people on my side for white supremacy by killing a white president who's doing things that people want in general. That's a very smart plan. FBI personnel performing the preliminary review revealed a Telegram direct message conversation between Casap and Poma Biktobny, who writes in Cyrillic and has the Ukrainian mobile telephone number, a bunch of numbers. In the conversation, Casap stated, "How long will I need to hide before I'll be moved to Ukraine? 1 to 2 months? Also, I should probably brush up on my Russian because I can understand just fine, but speaking is harder." Oh, so he actually knew fucking some Cyrillic. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wait, they just dropped the Ukrainian telephone number for some reason. Okay. So while in Ukraine, I'll be able to get a normal job and have a normal life, even when it's found out that I did it. Do the other 10 people also have similar beliefs to I, or are they different? Assuming that my parents won't leave. And Casap also exchanged Telegram direct messages with Angel of Death, username at Angel OK F Death, that contained the following messages from Casap. A drone with a dropping mechanism. Anyway, yeah, so the drone would drop the bomb with nuts, bolts, needles, and so I would need that. Angel of Death responded, the total amount will be 1,200 to 1,500 payment by ton Bitcoin USDT. Bike waiting time is 10 to 7 days. The IED 2500 model is reserved for you. Do you confirm the purchase? This is some, like, Nigerian prince shit. If I got a text message that said this, I'd be like, you're a federal agent. You're a federal agent in a suit, typing at a computer, thinking about where they're going to go for lunch to have a nice steak and Mai Tais. Like, you're not a real human being. Yeah, I'm aware you will only start working once I've paid you, so I'll text you when I can pay. That includes the headphones as well. Quality ones to protect hearing from gunshots of a 357 Magnum, just making sure. Once the transfer is complete and I'll be able to pick it up, is it just the drone with the dropping mechanism or also explosives? The FBI also obtained direct messages Casap sent to an individual identified as Forrest, who writes in Cyrillic, that contained messages to obtain a different license plate and coordinates along with driving directions from a current location in southeast Wyoming through Kansas to a location near Pumpkin Center, Oklahoma. Casap then wrote, and then from there to Eureka, California, is it 30 hours? You think I'll have enough time? On March 10th, local authorities interviewed a classmate of Casap's who alleged during the interview that the defendant saw him gore edit videos that included flashing gory and war images put to Russian music via Snapchat. Casap informed the student that he planned to kill his parents with a gun, but didn't have one. And this is why we need more strict gun laws, so people like this can't get firearms, because you only do bad things when you have access to a gun. The defendant informed the classmate that he was in contact with a guy in Russia via Telegram, and that they planned to overthrow the US government and assassinate President Trump. Casap was taken into custody last month and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, as well as 2 counts of hiding a corpse. Oh, that's right, he did actually kill his parents, but wasn't with a gun. He had been accused of killing his stepfather, Donald Meyer, 51, and his mother, Tatiana Casap, 35, in February before he fled the state. Oh, he got the gun to shoot them. Man, I can't even remember the original story, dude. My brain. He allegedly shot both of them and then lived with them deceased in the house for up to 12 days. Wait, he told a classmate that he wanted to do bad things to his parents but lacked the tools and nothing happened to intervene. I think we said that when I read the first article. I was like, that's really weird that the fucking student reported him and then nothing fucking happened. Like, those parents died unnecessarily. Something could have been done to save the lives of these 2 people from this insane child. Can't report fed plants. They cover for them. True. The FBI said that the killing of his parents appeared to be an effort to obtain the financial means and autonomy necessary to carry out his plan. Other parties were aware of his plan and provided assistance. Investigators also found material on Casap's phone related to the Order of the 9 Angels. Angles. They typed it correctly this time. I just can't read. The 9 Angles, which the FBI has described as a satanic cult that encourages violence, terrorism, sexual abuse, and child pornography, and has strong anti-Judaic, anti-Christian, and anti-Western ideologies, and claims to incite chaos and violence per law and crime. Oh, that's the end of the article. That's an abrupt end to that article. So I guess we just got some of the messages from his weird Telegram messaging. This shit glows brighter than the sun. This kid's fucked up. Hopefully, he is not protected. Video shows Ohio trooper approaching Deshawn Leeth, who had crashed his vehicle near the state line. Leeth then attacks the trooper and steals his cruiser. He led police on a chase for 11 minutes while talking to himself. The chase ends when he crashed in North Sewickley, Beaver County. Pennsylvania State Police used legal intervention to stop the pursuit. The Beaver County attorney is investigating, and involved troopers are on administrative duty. So I'll play this, and then I'll probably look up an article, because, like, what the fuck happened? What is going on here?
That's Jesus, bitch! That's Jesus, bitch! 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 Oh.
Get down on the ground!
Jesus! Jesus!
And like, all things considered, this cop didn't take out his gun and shoot him. I feel like if you're actively being attacked like this, you definitely have grounds to take out your firearm and defend yourself. So like, this officer had like crazy patience, all things considered.
Let's talk phone Jesus. Go ahead. Listen.
Get down on the ground now!
Lay down. Lay down. I'm strong. I'm a Jesus lover. I'm a Jesus lover.
I'm a Jesus lover? And this was a cut, so the actual footage is longer. So the guy who was fighting the officer stole a police car. I think is what happened.
Yeah, we're off the radio. The devil off the radio. Play that good gospel music. Everlasting God. In the name of Jesus. Thank you. Hey, car. I rebuke anything that get behind me. I rebuke anything that's in front of me. That's not a follower of Jesus. I tell them to get off the highway. If I can catch my breath, Jesus. Hallelujah. You know why I believe? They ain't got a mark on my face. You know why I believe? I got Jesus, baby. I got Jesus. The fuck out the way, kid, got Jesus. And I told him about us looking forward. It ain't no next place mentality. It ain't no next place. It ain't no next place.
What I'm assuming happened there is that the police tapped the back of his vehicle so that he would hit the wall and then eventually stop moving. Yeah, the pit maneuver.
Together. They didn't see no color. They didn't see no races. I swear to God, they didn't see no color. Thank you for the name of Jesus. Thank you for the name of Jesus. Thank you for the name of Jesus.
And, obviously, as the tweet says, trooper shoots and kills Michigan community leader. So let's see if we can find an article that gives us more information than just the body cam footage. What a fucking freeze frame, baby. This is like an intro to How I Met Your Mother. It's gonna do that whoop. You're probably wondering how I got here.
That's Jesus, bitch! That's Jesus!
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
The fucker ran the Fent handouts. I don't know. You know, I don't know what he did. I don't know what's happening. Oh. I was trying to remain impartial from you saying running, like, Fent handouts, and then literally the first sentence of the article is a serial criminal turned community leader. I can't fucking catch a break, chat! I'm trying to be nice, but the world is conspiring against me! Fuck, dude. A serial criminal turned community leader attacked an Ohio State trooper, stole his car, and led cops on a high-speed highway pursuit before being shot dead. The terrifying incident unfolded after Deshawn Leeth commandeered the vehicle and took off towards Pennsylvania on Friday. They used the funny face shot. Dramatic body cam footage obtained by CBS showed Leeth, 30, rushing at a state trooper who had pulled him over for crashing another car. Next time you touch me, you're gonna die. Next time you touch me, you're gonna die. Leeth was heard shouting repeatedly at the trooper. He then charged at the officer, and the two began brawling, with the trooper deploying a stun gun against him. However, it did not work, and Leeth began throwing punches and was eventually able to overpower him. "I'm stronger than you," he grunts while forcing him to the ground and knocking the body cam off. How did he know to turn off the body cam? I know it's probably an accident, chat. I wanted to make a joke, okay? Another driver stepped in and urged him to let the trooper go. One free Leaf hopped into the police vehicle and began racing down the Ohio Turnpike. The heart-stopping chase was captured on the car's dash cam and showed Leeth dangerously weaving in and out of traffic for 11 minutes. He muttered to himself throughout and could be heard saying that he rebuked anyone driving in front of him or behind him. Eventually, Pennsylvania State Police caught up with him and put a stop to the chase in North Sewickley Township by bumping into the stolen cruiser and flipping it over. Dramatic footage shows Leeth slam into the road median before veering back across the lanes of traffic and crashing onto an embankment. The car is seen rolling multiple times before ending up on its roof. Miraculously, Leeth survived the crash and was pulled from the wreck, still babbling. But he quickly turned violent again and began trying to fight the state troopers who rescued him. He was then shot dead by law enforcement officers. Man, even the Lord said you only get so many chances. Jesus Christ. It was not the first time Leeth had a brush with the law, having been sent to prison at the age of 18 for 2 home invasions. Leeth claimed he had been trying to turn his life... It's all so predictable, chat. Leeth claimed he had been trying to turn his life around in recent years and had even set up a youth outreach nonprofit, Underdog Nation, to try and prevent others from going down a similar path. He credited a faith-based group at the prison he was placed in with helping him get back on his feet. A GoFundMe set up by his family said Leeth lived to inspire change and has raised close to $13,000 as of Wednesday afternoon. I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of this dude. Like, it seems insane to me. He was a pillar of hope, a champion for the overlooked, and a beacon of unwavering faith, the fundraiser said. He lived to uplift others, to pour into his community, and to reflect God's love in everything he did. And that's the end of this article. So they didn't tell us why he freaked out. They didn't tell us why he got pulled over in the first place. They didn't tell us why he started attacking the officer. What the fuck is this? What happened here? What happened? Like, from all I can see, the officers were incredibly justified in shooting him, but like, why did this even happen? Oh no. Oh no. From the production company that brought you I'm Gripping It Boom. A new fun slang term just dropped. A sexually explicit phone call of Keemstar and one of his production assistants has leaked. It is 4 hours long, and in it, Keemstar promises to glaze her like a donut with the Keemcock. Keemstar is married to a woman half his age. The fucking Keemcock! No, dude! I could not take a man seriously if I was hit up in my DMs and I was ready for sexy times. I was just like, baby, I'm ready for you. And he's like, yeah, baby, I'm gonna give you the Keemcock. You think he gets on top of his wife and he says he's keeming instead of he's coming? Oh, baby, just a little longer. I'm gonna keem. Oh no. Like any time anyone's like sexual stuff is gonna get leaked, I feel bad for them, right? Like, you don't leak shit like this. Whoever leaked it is a piece of shit. But also, the Keemcock. Oh, they on his fucking show, he now needs an alert. The do not redeem the Keemcock. Oh god, that's gotta be an alert sound, right? Jesus Christ. Fucking same brain cell, man. Same brain cell. Like, any kind of like a sexual explicit stuff that gets leaked, it's gonna be cringe. every single fucking one of us sounds cringe when we're fucking wanting to schlob on some knob or some curtains, right? Like it's all gonna sound cringe. It's hot in the moment. But like the Keemcock. The fucking Keemcock. Do you think he's propositioned anybody with that before? They're like, yeah, I bet you've been with other guys before, but you've never had nothing like the Keemcock. Good God. Welcome to Keemcock City. Oh God, how does that fucking meme go? Of the fucking in Night City, there's only one kind of currency or some shit. Keemcock. I'm keeming, boom! The Keem meat. Oh no, dude. Welcome to the Keem zone. Let's be real here. Someone who made his living covering celebrity drama, he should have known that this would come back on him instantly. I'm not even in the position of someone like Keemstar, who like does like the incredibly crazy drama content, right? Like I'll dip my toes in here and there if something is large enough and I find it funny, or if it's happening directly to me. But like I'm not a Keemstar person, right? And I have the paranoia of like if I get into like a call with someone, they could just record it. How does he not have that train of thought? Like, if this is somebody he trusted, I guess I could understand that. And again, this would be a massive fucking breach of trust. I don't know what Keem's sexual proclivities are. I can't even tell from this. A sexually explicit phone call of one of his production assistants. Well, so obviously he's cheating on his wife. Obviously. The Keemcock is the newest name for Schedule 1 drugs. We need the mod. He's a chemosexual. Jesus Christ. Infidelity, disgust. Yeah, right. I got so distracted by the fucking Keemcock, I forgot the entirety of the situation. I just like forgot everything that came before and after the Keemcock, because that word is so fucking ridiculous. It's impressive that he's capable of going 4 hours. Well, I mean, we don't know what he was doing the whole time, but like 4 hours of masturbation is like, I'm not surprised he could go that long for masturbating. I am surprised he had 4 hours of free time with which to do that, though. That is what seems insane to me. He was keeming it. A lot of chafing. Get a girl a little chemotherapy. Speaking of deranged things to see, Asmongold, I guess, had an interesting thing happen. Destiny takes shots at Asmongold. He could come across JD Vance fucking his mom's corpse, and Vance could say it's a made in America fleshlight, and Asmongold would defend it. That's how debased these subhuman fucking losers are.
Was to retaliate for tariffs against other countries that weren't real. Now he's going back on those reciprocal tariffs, claiming it was to get a better deal. Yeah.
Real-time processing.
Of course he's going back on the tariffs because these people are coming to the table to negotiate with them.
Isn't that the whole point? If country put tariff on you and you reciprocate tariff, your hope is that country come to negotiating table, right? And even some of those countries, he was like, no, they didn't offer enough. How is that backtracking? How is that backtracking?
The tariffs were a bargaining chip to begin with. That was the entire point of the tariffs.
Do you think there'll ever be a world where I'm trying to imagine, like, if they start nullifying people's actual U.S. citizens, if they'll care?
No, they wouldn't. Asmonslop would absolutely 100% defend
So, because they wouldn't start with, like, you know, fucking Joe Blow, right? They're going to start with someone that became a citizen from whatever reason. Like they
always find a way to recode whatever is being stated, they always find a way to recode it into a way that's acceptable. He could come across J.D. Vance fucking his mom's corpse, and J.D. Vance could say, well, it's a Made in America fleshlight, and Asmongold would defend it. That's how completely debased these subhuman fucking losers are. Literally, the administration can take any position they want, and there will always be people like this who will find some way to make an excuse for it. It's beyond fucking... It's depravity, but...
I don't... Okay, that was a little much.
I'm just saying...
At least the other guy was like, okay, maybe you got a little crazy. I don't even know who this other guy is. But, like, how did you get there from this? And it's like, Asmon didn't even say anything crazy either. He was just like, yeah, this makes sense. This was the point of the reciprocal tariffs, to show other countries they couldn't just keep taking advantage of us. We wanted them to come to the negotiating table. We don't want, like, giga-high tariffs on us or on other people if they're willing to negotiate.
Well, of course they went back on the tariffs. Like, yeah, that's because it was a negotiating thing. They brought the tariffs back? Yeah, because it helps our manufacturing. Like, no matter what happens, they're always gonna, yeah, you know.
Isn't that just the way Asmongold talks? Isn't that just like his normal inflection? Yeah, that's just how he speaks. Thinking is bad. It's like sometimes I have to slow down and think before I speak, because I'm like, how do I word this? How do I word what I want to say in the best way to say it possible? And that can be difficult to do on a live streaming environment, because, like, if you say something in a way that made sense in your head but it didn't make sense out loud, you can get taken out of context. If you say something and you're like, oh, well, shit, that's not what I meant, but, like, I said it the wrong way the first time, hold on, I gotta rephrase, people might take what you said first and not care that you, like, corrected it after. Like, when you're in a live streaming environment, like, you gotta be careful, and, like, you're just a fucking human, man. You're just a fucking human. You can't just be, like, on point 100% of the time, and sometimes you will be wrong. And Asmongold responded, a lot of people excuse deranged outbursts like this in Destiny's community because they think Destiny is fighting for a greater good that supersedes any form of accountability or decency. What they fail to realize is that crash-outs like this, his comments towards the firefighter who was killed during the Trump assassination, and the kid with brain cancer who was given an honorary Secret Service role, actively damage any cause he advocates for. And for those of you who are new or don't remember, his comments towards the firefighter and his own parents when that happened were what made me have, like, a bit of a woman moment on stream. Like, hearing him talk so callously about how he wouldn't care if his parents got shot at a rally or, like, whatever the fuck he said it was. He'd be like, if they went there, like, that's their prerogative or what. I can't remember the phrasing. It's so fucking long ago, but the clips exist. I got so upset at, like, hearing this and thinking about how terrible a person must be to say those things that I cried. I had human woman moment on stream. It was very upsetting. And then obviously I got a lot of flack for having a woman moment. There was a lot of upset people. And then Destiny and some of Destiny's, like, little ball orbiters put out clip-champed clips trying to say I was being hypocritical because I had made jokes about shootings before. But what they had pulled out was when I was making fun of a transgender shooter. Because why wouldn't you make fun of the shooter? It's like, I've made fun of people who've gotten shot before.
Cat raid?
But it's like, there's also a difference between, like, making a joke and then just saying what you wished had happened. Or saying what you genuinely believe. Right? And a lot of the times when people say something horrifically violent, they want to be able to be like, well, don't you like edgy jokes? Don't you defend edgy jokes? But they're not joking. There was no joke. What was the punchline? Right? Where was the punchline in like, wishing that... And I'm not talking about Destiny here. Where's the punchline when people wish that, like, the shooter didn't miss Trump? The punchline is just that he would have died. Where is the punchline when you say Cory Compatore deserved to die? What is the punchline there? Right? Like, there's something to be said for, like, people might not like edgy humor, and a joke might not be their cup of tea, and so, oh, they're offended. But there's a difference between an edgy joke and then just saying what you believe and trying to hide that behind a joke. Joke have punchline, even if you don't like joke. You were also mocking the shooter and not the victims. They attacked the victim. I mean, like, I've definitely made jokes at people who have gotten shot, right? Like, again, the Daniel Shaver case is a good point of that, right? I think Daniel Shaver was taken advantage of. I think the cops should have gotten charges. I think it's insane that it didn't happen. But yeah, I'm gonna make a hokey pokey joke every so often. It's like, it's not that I'm mocking Daniel Shaver. I think it was a terrible tragedy. But it's ridiculous that this cop was like giving him a million different instructions and he's expected to follow it or he gets shot. And that's an incredibly stressful situation. Sometimes a thing is so dystopian that you joke about it in order to not feel depressed about it. Asmon says, Destiny delegitimizes left-wing political goals by using them as a shield while making vile, unwarranted personal attacks. Hopefully his community can realize this before he causes further harm to the causes that they claim to care about so much. And it's like, I'm pretty sure the, like, JD Vance fucking his mom's corpse thing is just him using, like, hyperbole. Right? I definitely feel like this is a hyperbole situation. But I don't understand why that's the first thing that came to his mind. And I'm kind of glad that the other person was just like, hey, yo, that's a little far. That's a little much. That's a little much. Dark humor is usually a genuine attempt to come to terms with a disturbing situation, and then there's glorifying a tragic moment and mocking suffering, thinking you're being witty and edgy. And a lot of what the people who typically like try to campaign against my sponsors to get me dropped don't seem to have is the ability to perceive breakfast, which is why they retweet and repeat so many talking points about things that they think I believe or things that they think I said. Sorry, my throat. That just never happened. Like it is fascinating to me that like every day I can open up Twitter and I learn new things about myself because nobody fucking watches my content when they hate me. And, I'm not going to watch the whole thing on stream here, but I want to give you guys the link, and I want to share a video. And I think it's a nice thing to watch to sort of understand streamer politics a little bit as, like, an audience. Because obviously, when streamers stream, you know, there's things that, like, we can't talk about our personal lives. There's, like, ways that we have to project ourselves sometimes. Like, streamer relationships, and I'm not even talking about, like, boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. I just mean relationships in general, are very, like, tenuous and stressful. And you always have to be worried about, like, what someone wants from you or why someone's talking to you. And I got fooled by fucking Amaranth talking about her abusive husband, right? So like maybe I'm still being taken for a ride here, but I related very much to Tectone's new video. And I obviously have not gone through like a divorce or anything that he has. I've never gone through like any sort of like allegations from women on Twitter, right? I haven't gone through the degree of things that he has, but I very much related to a lot that he was saying in here, and I'll play a bit of it.
Genuinely how I'm doing. I mean, I'll just be real, guys. I mean, I guess it's been like what, like 7 months now? I can just say it, guys. I'm not good at all. Like, just to be completely honest, I'm just not. I'm not gonna lie. I've been through some deeply traumatic experiences over this past year. Let's just keep it 100%. I mean, I can sit here and tell you that it didn't affect me at all. And to be honest, I've lied long enough to myself. I've lied long enough to my community. Obviously, I'm not okay. How the f could I be okay? Absolutely not. I mean, guys, you guys got to understand, bro. My ex f***ed me up, straight up, and I'll just admit that publicly. That she f***ed me up. I am not gonna lie. Do you know how bad it hurts?
That steam noise was in his video.
You deeply care about.
That got me too when I watched this last night.
Where you pour everything into, and then because you don't want to marry them, they go and slander your name online and try to get you labeled as an abuser. And everybody believes.
Disclaimer: I have no idea what happened with his marriage thing. I'm not like, I have no idea. All right, like I didn't follow what was happening.
That's the crazy thing. Some of my fucking friends believe that shit. And it's only been 7 months now to where I'm able to undo the insane amount of damage she did to my fucking life. Everybody believed that shit without any proof whatsoever. Bro, she f***ed my life up terribly. Yeah, no, it fucking sucks. No, obviously I'm not good, but I mean, you guys will be happy to know that at least I've now put my ego to the side where I'll fucking get a therapist. Thank fucking God. I've stopped being a dumbass for 2 fucking seconds. No, I'm horrifically fucked up. My mental is fucking terrible. Like, I mean, obviously, I mean, you saw this shit with MTASH. I mean, do you want to know why that shit fucked me up so much? It's because obviously I doubt every single relationship that I have. Obviously, it's fucking terrible, bro. I want you guys to think of a consistent track record in my fucking career and in my fucking life, which is how many people I have done absolutely everything for, and how many of those people have stabbed me in the fucking back. And then you know what's crazy? When those people stab me in the back, you know what the internet says? They're right. He deserved it. Obviously, it's fucking terrible. And you guys have seen it. And now it sucks because I know YouTube doesn't get it because they don't understand the context. I mean, I would challenge anybody to find a creator or fuck it, even a human being where our relationship didn't start by me saying, hey man, is there anything I can do to help you out? But yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I put on, because I have to, I put on this front where I'm a narcissist. I put on this front where I'm like this guy who can't be touched emotionally or mentally. But I mean, let's just be fucking real. I've been crashing the fuck out lately. You know, I mean, obviously my health is pretty fucked up. I'll be real. I mean, it's been like 4 months since I've gone live and I've felt good. You know, I mean, obviously I'm getting into the gym, I'm gardening, I'm trying to get back.
But like, you guys kind of get the point of where this video is going, and he talks about like content creator relationships in general, and it's like, I don't know, just like listening to someone basically explain thoughts that I've had for ages in a way, and they're like, yeah, I'm struggling with this kind of shit too. And in a content creation sphere, you feel very isolated because, like, again, you don't know who you can trust. You don't know who you can talk to. If you decide to be like vulnerable and open up to someone, they can just, you know, take it to Twitter. They can take it to somewhere else. They can just like use it to make fun of you. And it's like, it doesn't matter if it makes you look like human. It's still like a private moment that you wouldn't want to have other people see, right? And you just can't trust people. Even people you've known for like a really long time. Like you just can't trust them. And so often when like these kinds of things happen, if you defend yourself, if you talk about like, hey, like this happened and I'm not okay, somehow the public decides it's your fault anyways. Like you were in the wrong. It doesn't matter that you did nothing and that you got attacked by people. It doesn't matter that people were harassing you for ages. It doesn't matter that people backstabbed you or like lied to you and pretended to be your friend and then used you. It doesn't matter that all of these things were things that happened to you. You're the bad guy for talking about it. You're the bad guy for creating drama by talking about it. You're the bad guy for breaking status quo and talking about the bad things that happened to you, either from friends or other streamers or moderators or conventions. Like, you're the bad guy for not just sticking to the status quo. You're always going to be the bad guy. And it makes things very, very difficult. Very difficult. They push you into a corner, and if you fight back, they claim you're violent. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Let's so like I got really emotional watching this video, and I feel like it's very. I know a lot of people don't like Tectone, and like again, I got fooled by Amaranth. I want to believe he's being completely honest here, because this is how I feel, and this is what I've seen as well from being a content creator. So I want to believe he's being completely honest, and I want to say that, like, for people who aren't content creators, this is enlightening, to say the least. To say the least. My Oshi fell for another narcissist lies again. I mean, maybe. Everything in my life has taught me to not trust people, but I still try to. Because I don't want to just become, like, you know, a paranoid person. It's like I've expressed this worry before, where it's like I have to constantly remind myself that it's not drama and it's not being paranoid if people are actively, tangibly, with factual evidence doing things against you. And I have to remind myself of this because there's so many people, and so many people who will like defend their respective creators when they do stuff like this, that will make you feel like you're crazy, that will make you feel like this is what people are saying, therefore maybe I am just paranoid, maybe this isn't happening, maybe I am just crazy. And it fucks with your mental, man. You give the benefit of the doubt and trust only once to people, and once they spit on your face and more. Yeah, it can be rough. But that's why I have a vacation next week, because my mental's also been fucking bad, like Tectone's has. So I've needed some time off for a while, and I'm finally getting that next week. Finally gonna just take a bit of a rest, and need some time off. Yay vacation, very much so. It's very difficult sometimes, but you don't want to get to where you fall into the pit of misanthrope. Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't want to, like, you know, come on stream at some point and just talk about how I'm being gang stalked, right? Like I don't want to actually go outside of the realm of reality. And so it's like I gotta remind myself when things are really happening. I gotta like look at the evidence of things and be like, just because people are trying to like gaslight and say it's not real or just say that I'm paranoid doesn't mean that it's not happening. I have the proof, I have the evidence. Words don't matter. Proof matters.